And welcome to the Rebel Radio Podcast. This is Mark.
This is Matt.
This is Long, the Terminator.
That was last week, bro.
No, if you watch the movie, it's a.
Oh yes. Yeah. I thought that was a funny,
pretty big running joke in the movie.
It is. They use it a couple times.
That's true.
At least a dozen times, actually.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. The rebelradiopodcast.com for all your Rebel Radio needs. Our 500th episode still played. And
with my fellow Sarah Connors.
And appreciate everyone that's listened to that so far with our Hall of Fame 2026 announcement, which is all up on the website. And got some good feedback on that from some people at work and stuff. And we were doing some chat with some folks. And so that was a lot of fun. And we'll do it again next year around the 4th of July. We'll have the 2027 class of the Hall of Fame as we continue forward to the next 100 episodes and beyond. How are you guys doing?
Good. Busy week.
Man. Yeah. Had a nice short week.
Yeah.
I went out and I karaoke'd the other night, and I think I met a bigger Pearl Jam fan than you, Mark. This guy, he did a Pearl Jam song. Jackie did a Pearl Jam song. She did Last Kiss.
That's not a Pearl Jam song. It's a cover.
I know it's a cover, but she likes it. I did Even Flow, and another guy did Yellow Ledbetter, and then I was trying to leave, and the lady asked me to do something. I did Jeremy. And he was talking about the movie Into the Wild and how it's full of Pearl Jam songs.
Yeah, it's full of Eddie Vedder songs.
Eddie Vedder songs. And then he's like, and 10 wasn't the first album. And I was like, well, I didn't know that. I thought 10 was the first album.
Was. Who is this guy?
And he said they did a collaboration with Soundgarden. They released an album with collaboration with a singer from Soundgarden. And then I was like, I didn't look it up. And then he's like, you know how they got the name Pearl Jam? He's like, it was his Aunt Pearl, and she made this jam, the cactus. There's fruit that goes on the cactus. She made a jam. It was Aunt Pearl's jam. And he was just like foaming at the mouth, just like spitting Pearl Jam facts out. And I was like, whoa, dude.
Temple of the Dog was, yes, it was recorded before 10 was recorded, but it did come out till afterwards. So,
okay.
And it's not really a collaboration. It's a couple of members of Pearl Jam and members of Soundgarden. Then they brought Eddie in for a couple of songs. So it's a half collaboration. So he's and then when someone tells me, oh, they're Pearl Jam songs and they want to talk about 10, it's like, okay, but let's talk about Gigaton. What song do you know off of that? That's the real question. I'm just saying. That's what I would have been asking this dude.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, my biggest pet peeve of people like, oh, I started disliking the band after they fought Ticketmaster and they made Vitology and all this. And I'm just like, okay, just stop right there. You know, if you just stop because of that stuff, then you don't really, you're not a fan.
Yeah.
So, I'm very protective of that band. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you love the band, but you don't like the direction they're going. You're allowed to disagree with the band and say,
right.
No, yeah.
But but that's the thing.
Yeah. You
cannot like one album, but then you just say that they started to suck after that, which is not true because you didn't go listen to anything else,
Mm-hmm.
And then you claim you're a fan because you like the first two records. So to me, that's not really being a fan. You don't have to. I mean, especially like it's different to not like one movie out of a trilogy, but when a band has 8 or 9 albums out over 3 decades and other releases, and you just stop being a fan because you only like the first 2, that's not quite being a fan. Then you need to stay with them a little bit longer.
Why do they change the sound or something?
No,
typically?
they when they came out with No Code in 1996, it was a bit different than their previous 3 records, and some of it was kind of I don't know if I want to say an FU to the fandom because they got popular so fast, and Eddie didn't like that because he wanted the band to grow organically.
Mm-hmm.
But it maybe alienated some fans, but now people look back on that record and they think, like, man, it's actually way better than we thought it was. And it's really not that different. It's one of those that sometimes I always look at new albums where if you mix them into the other songs, and when they flow right, you start realizing, like, okay, these work with the other songs. Sometimes a set of songs works as that album, and then you have to mix them in with the other ones. Because there's things they've done I haven't liked over the years. I mean, I actually like the No Code record. I don't know if I have a Riot Act is probably their least favorite album of mine, but even then, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying they're like, I like everything they've done over the years, but I still would test someone that tells me they're a fan. They're like, oh yeah, those first two albums. I'm going to have to bring up one of the later albums and say, oh, okay, what about this?
Yeah. Speaking of Jeremy, you never responded about what I mentioned earlier, Mark.
Oh,
your favorite.
I was doing some stuff in my room. I've been slowly buying storage totes, and toting up the stuff I have in boxes in my room, like my old Star Wars stuff. So I had bought a couple of storage totes and was toting some stuff up. But yeah, man, fuck Jeremy. I mean,
I wonder if you got a kick out of that text, though.
Yeah, I am. No,
Without getting into detail.
No, I don't wish him any harm as far as his health, because I knew he was having some health issues, and I hope he comes out of those fine, because he's still a human being. But as far as the way he ran his store, it serves him right if he had to sell. His customer service was bad. You could go look at the Yelp reviews of that place. They were never kind.
Really?
Oh yeah, man. I'm sorry, man. When I'm buying a book that I want to read and it's drawn by Jim Lee, I don't need your opinion that you think Jim Lee sucks, man. Your job is to sell me comics. You're a comic store owner. And you're sitting there telling me, oh, I can't stand Jim Lee's art, blah, blah. I don't fucking care, dude. I love Jim Lee's my all-time favorite comic artist. I'm going to buy this book.
Yeah.
He would do that kind of shit. It would just annoy me. And then I had a box with him, okay? And so around the time I was going through the divorce, I could not make it. I didn't have the money. He goes, oh, well, so now I got to restock all these books. I'm like, sorry, man. Life happens. I just can't do it. Oh, well, thanks for nothing, man. Now, you cost me money. That's how he talked to me, a customer.
Yeah.
It's like, dude.
It's like, you should tell him, you should be grateful you have inventory to sell then.
Yeah, right?
Was this the guy that hated
you
wrestling?
Can't sell empty shelves. No.
Or the NFL?
I met him.
Was it the NFL?
I ran into him at a WWE show that was at the Revention Center, and he was the most irritating wrestling. He's one of those fans that try to start chants, and he will be screaming out these chants like that don't catch on. He gets so mad when people don't, react. Just trying to make the show about him. So,
I mean, he used to even annoy my ex-wife. She was like, why do you shop here? I'm like, because it's 5 minutes from the house. It's back when I was living over off of Eldridge.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just like, it's so annoying. And, no, I did appreciate his Jim Lee signing in 2017 after Hurricane Harvey. I went to that just to get Jim Lee's book or get a signature, but but that was before I had quit going to the store. But yeah, man. So whatever, man.
Open up a can of worms there.
Yeah. Well, let's get into some, man. It's San Diego Comic-Con weekend, so there's a lot of news, man. So let's deep dive into this. Let's just start big, man. Before San Diego Comic-Con hit was it Monday or Tuesday? We got the first trailer for Avengers Doomsday. I still feel the same way about this film. I feel like there's a lot of characters in this, and I hope they're able to balance it. Did I enjoy the trailer? Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely, it's like, when you're a kid, man, and you went to the comic store, you picked up the annual, with the crossover where you saw a new X-Men crossover, and that's what it felt like, man. Just seeing a crossover of all your characters on the screen, you're like, that lasagna looks fucking good, right? Now you just hope it is good once you read the book. That's kind of how I felt from the trailer. Definitely hype.
Yeah.
There is a lot of hype. And then you've got friggin' Doom just like using 2 fingers to block Thor.
Well,
like Goku versus Trunks. whenever he goes Super Saiyan.
Well,
Just,
that's the thing, man. It's like I can tell you guys the plot from watching the trailer, even though they say it's not spoiler. He's gonna appear. He comes from the Fantastic Four universe. And he's gonna try to play friends with some of the heroes, and then he's gonna betray them. And then he's going to set up Secret Wars for the end of the film. I think it's pretty obvious how this is going to play out. But that's the fun part, seeing how it all is going to play out, right?
mm-hmm.
I mean, if they are borrowing from the comics at all, which they will, that's kind of how it's going to go, And but hopefully it's a fun ride,
And there's some people that are trying to go do too much, and they're like, "Well, I think Steve Rogers is really."
Dude,
Captain Hydra.
Yeah, dude, I watch enough wrestling to know a heel turn when I see one. That ain't good Cap. That's bad Cap.
Yeah.
You can see it in his face.
No, it's Johnny Storm, man.
It's Johnny Storm.
I did as a Gambit fan, it was cool to see that it looks like, I'm not trying to be mean, but it looks like maybe Channing Tatum lost a little weight. He looked much better in the suit than he did in the Deadpool film.
Mm-hmm.
And it was cool seeing his staff glow and all that. That was pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
Rebecca Romaine coming as Mystique.
Yeah, people were complaining about her coming back because she's older now and stuff, and it confused. It seems to be the internet. The complainers are the younger generation that forget she played her in the early X-Men films.
Yeah,
they're only used to how Jennifer Lawrence,
Mm-hmm.
But I'm okay with that. That was cool. Yeah, I mean, so we'll see. December 18th, Doom Part 3 and Doomsday, as of now, come out the same day. Curious to see if one of those move. I don't think it'll be Doomsday because they have the whole clock day going set up and everything. Maybe they'll move Dune up a week or something.
Maybe the younger fans should just drink out the skibbity toilet.
I mean, I'll be honest. I want to see Dune Part 3 a little bit more. Just a little bit. Not by much, but just a little bit. Just because.
The skibbity toilet.
Because they've been two very satisfying films over the last several years where the MCU has not been as satisfied.
Yeah.
So.
I'm hoping for an update for Godzilla Kong Supernova this weekend. Because last year they showed a small teaser of a
it was like that
JPEG
logo teaser thing, yeah.
JPEG logo. So hopefully another better teaser this year. So
yeah,
because it's coming out in March. That's not too far off.
Not too far.
Yeah.
I mean that would be cool, and also it leaked out this as of when we record this. We're recording this on Saturday night. It leaked this morning that Ryan Gosling was playing Ghost Rider. Not sure how it leaked. Rumor was that people saw Gosling at the Comic-Con.
Yeah, he presented Ghost
Rider.
Rider.
He did. He presented. He presented Ghost Rider, but yeah. So he's playing Ghost Rider, which I'm not surprised. Once Disney got him under their footing with the Star Wars movie, it's like, while you're playing a Star Wars character for us, why don't you join the MCU? But he's a great actor, man. So.
Yeah, he is. I've grown to like him a lot since watching his movie The Other Guys and Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm.
So. And Barbie.
Yeah, I mean he's good at Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. They're going to make a Black Panther 3 starring Black Panther's son. People are wondering how this is going to fit in the timeline, but I think people, we're playing with variants now and time loops and all that and things like that. So we'll see. Ryan Coogler's coming back to direct, and I'm going to do a little tangent because my buddy Omar called me and he listens to our podcast. He's actually a longtime listener, and he threw out. He goes, they officially kind of confirmed this week that Mahershala Ali's Blade is dead. It's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And he made a good point, man. Why didn't they just hire Coogler to make Blade?
That would be a smart move.
I'm like, shit, Omar, that's pretty fucking obvious. I was like, and I hadn't thought about it.
Well, he kind of did with Sinners.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. He calls me. He goes, yeah, I heard Long said he just watched Sinners. And he goes, I just watched it too. And he goes, I started thinking, why don't they hire Coogler to make a Blade? And I was like, that's a good point. I hadn't really thought about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Coogler's going to come back with Black Panther 3. that's really about all they really announced. People were expecting them to announce a timeline of future movies, X-Men and all that stuff, but I think they just don't want to get caught like they did a couple of years ago where they announced all those films and then nothing really came to fruition. So I think they're playing this a little slow, which is probably, the ever-changing landscape of cinema. That's probably the smart way to do it right now.
Yeah.
Just taking a few months at a time or a year at a time. What else happened at Comic-Con?
The worst tagline movie came out. From all the awesomeness, I'll just lay a news for something lame. It's like, so they announced that Ebenezer Scrooge movie, whatever.
I didn't watch the trailer, but I saw it on YouTube, like the thumbnail.
So it's like they decided to leave with a tagline: before he was Scrooge, he was Ebenezer. I'm like, that is the worst movie tag I've ever read to try to sell that movie. I'm like, come on. I can see the Paramount influence already setting in for Warner Brothers there.
Blade Runner 2099, a television series on Prime that's a sequel or in the same universe, I guess. I saw the trailer. I was like, it looks promising. It's Ridley Scott's on as producer. Stars Michelle Yeoh and can't remember the other actress's name. It looked promising. I don't know. We'll see. High budget. It looks great. I thought that was kind of cool. I remember hearing a couple of years ago that they were working on that, and I never really heard anything else about it. But it's actually November? It's only a few months away from being a real thing. That's some of the big stuff. Lots of toy news, of course.
Ryan Reynolds coming out to ask if there's anyone else that they didn't see in the trailers.
Oh, he's
dressed as Deadpool.
Yeah.
I don't get the gray Deadpool reference though.
X-Force.
Oh, is it?
Yep. That's the X-Force suit.
The X-Force comics or the movies?
X-Force comics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wore a gray suit.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll stick with Disney and Marvel for a minute. Indiana Jones is going to finally come back in comic books, which people have been wondering for years now why Marvel, since they got the license, had not done books. That comes out in November. I thought that was kind of cool. I might grab the first issue and see. We did get a trailer right before Comic-Con for Lanterns, the final trailer for the TV show Hits. And I have to say, this is the first trailer that actually has me interested. I like this trailer much better than the other ones. It looked pretty good. We get a little shot of Sinestro. Definitely a better look at Kyle Chandler's broken down Hal Jordan. You can just tell from the looks of this trailer he's tired of fighting for the universe, and it's probably time to pass it on to Jon Stewart. But it looked good. The special effects look good. I wasn't sold on that show to this trailer. I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a watch. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, at least the first episode. Yeah.
Yeah, see how it goes. And from there, we'll see as far as.
I actually pre-ordered the G.I. Joe Tomb Raider collaboration yesterday because that figure that Hasbro was releasing for Lara Croft looks so good. So I was like, oh, that looks really good. I like Tomb Raider, so I pre-ordered it. So
I did see that. The only thing I pre-ordered was Ultimate Edition CM Punk figure. It's coming out.
Is that the one with AJ?
No, that one doesn't go on sale until November, so I have some time on that. That's a definitely order too. No, this is a Straight Edge Society CM Punk when he had to shave his head. You
already had that version.
They do an Elite. This is an Ultimate Edition, so it comes with more heads and hands, and it's a different gear. And then the CM Punk AJ Lee, that's a definitely buy, but it doesn't come out till November. So I have some time to save for that. And then they're doing an Ultimate Penta. That comes out in September pre-order. So a little time I can save some money for those other items. I thought about a Widow Mattel Creations and the Jim Bro Skeletor, but it sold out quick. But it was a Comic-Con exclusive, so it wasn't like a new release. It was something like whatever leftover stock they had, they probably put on the website. And, and it just sold fast. But yeah, I'm glad I don't have to do a lot of pre-orders because some of these people, that's all they do. They save their money all year for that stuff, and they do all these pre-orders. So there's a lot of WWE action figures coming out. A lot of good stuff over the next several months. So, yeah. Is that all the news? Did I miss anything?
If we miss anything, we'll probably catch it on the next.
What about the trailer for Resident Evil?
I didn't watch it. I'm done with that. I've made so many of them now. I don't even care.
So it's from the same director as Weapons and Barbarian, and so it's a much different. It looks like an A24 film, basically, like an epic horror film. It doesn't look like it has Leon in it at all. What it's based off of, it looks like they're sending a person to do that runs medical organs to other hospitals, and so
you're telling me they still just can't make a movie like the first game? That's correct. What you're telling me.
So they're basically making it about Raccoon City, but it's the guys.
There's a lot of butts here, Matt. A lot of butts. You're justifying it.
Yeah. I'm disappointed it doesn't have Leon Kennedy or Leon Birkin or William Birkin. Sorry, William Birkin and all those good guys.
That's like, we're gonna make a Batman movie, but Bruce Wayne's not playing Batman. It's like,
well, no, that'd be like Batman's not even in it. Like Halloween 3, like where Mike Myers ain't even in it. Right. Michael Myers, sorry, not Mike Myers. That's be a different one. But yeah, no, it looks different. I doesn't even look like a Resident Evil film. But I'm probably still gonna watch it.
And we did get the trailer for Batman Nightfall. A new trailer, which had a release date of August 25th. It looks freaking awesome. It looks like the DC animated films, kind of that last wave of films were not as good as the early ones, but this looks like hopefully a getting back on track. Looks very well animated, really good story. It's a trilogy, so they can let it flesh out over 3 movies, which is great. That's a pretty deep story to tell. That looked good. Oh, and then I text you guys. John Cena's in a movie about Matchbox cars. Called Matchbox, the movie. I was like, what? I know Hot Wheels has been trying to make a movie for years, and I guess Matchbox beat them to it. And I was just like, is Hollywood that desperate? Like, let's just use a popular IP and make a movie?
Hot Wheels is the Hot Wheels was the knockoff brand of Matchbox, right?
I think Matchbox has been around longer, but Hot Wheels became more successful.
Yeah. I mean, the naming scheme probably helps.
And, and then, I don't know. I mean, I watched the trailer. I'm like,
Matt,
were you? Yeah, it doesn't look terrible.
Yeah, Matt, were you ever a Hot Wheels fan?
I mean, I'm not a Hot Wheels fan. I do see some cars that I liked playing with the cars, but I wasn't like huge into them,
Yeah. Transformers got to me first before I got into Hot Wheels. So
I like action figures.
I've got like a bucket of Hot Wheels with the boys when they're little and things like that. And I bought like Batmobiles here and there, and then I remember I traded them all in one time to your Nemesis long over at Misfit Toys, and I was like, I don't need to keep all these. I had a whole bunch of Hot Wheels, but Dale thought it was cool. I remember he opened the box. He goes, "Oh, these are cool, man. It's all Batmans. Oh, I'll definitely be able to use these." And I was like, "Okay, go ahead, take them, man." And it was just something I bought at a time. I thought was cool, and I don't need to keep them. But kids love them. And they're a cheap toy, $1.25, for they've been able to keep the price down all these years, and and car collectors like them. But interesting concept for a movie. All right, well, let's get into some things we watched, man. Since I'm going to go first this week because I actually took the time to watch a few things. I'm going to start off with since we already talked a little wrestling. I did watch the first 2 episodes of WWE Unreal season 3, maybe the first 3. I don't remember how many I watched. But man, I know as a WWE fan, this stuff they control the narrative. That's probably just as scripted as the show is. But man, I eat that shit up. I love it, man. The behind the scenes stuff, seeing how it all works, and we're or they tell you how it works. It's either the wrestlers react to different things that happen. I think it's a lot of fun, man. To let us inside the business a little bit.
Yeah.
It's fun. I really enjoy it, and I could watch it. Like if they were to do an Unreal episode every month over that month's events and PLEs, I'd probably watch it. But so I got to wait every 6 months, which is fine too.
What are the focus so far?
They started with the last part of John Cena's retirement tour. They go into Royal Rumble, and then it kind of starts off where last season left off at the end of SummerSlam, and whenever Seth cashed in on Punk, and then he gets hurt again, and he has to relinquish the title, of course. And so it kind of starts around that era, and then goes into AJ coming back and wrestling at WrestlePalooza with her husband and all that, and then into Royal Rumble is where I was at last night, and then fixing to go into WrestleMania this year, I believe, is where it's going to end. So I think there's 5 episodes. I have 2 left. So yeah, but good. It's good stuff. I really enjoyed the John Cena stuff. It was fun to watch. Because there's a lot that's been made about the WWE control John Cena's what he was doing and things like that. But you listen to John talk, he's like, "Hey man, it's all good. It's what I wanted to do." So and so it's fun. And then so I watched that.
No complaints about the creative doing weird random stuff, and
Travis
not
really.
Scott doing his random ass BS. And
yeah, they haven't. Well, that was last season where they did that.
It was in the Odyssey, by the way.
Yeah, that was last season they did that. So yeah, they haven't said much about that this one. But no, not really. I mean, I kind of like. There's sometimes with booking and creative, I scratch my head. But at the same time, I don't take it too seriously. I just try to enjoy the ride of wrestling, because you can't control it. But it's fine. I mean, but there's sometimes I think, oh, well, that was kind of stupid they did that, but not everything's going to be a home run. I figure wrestling, there's so much going on, they're going to get 80% right. They might have 10 to 20% that just sometimes you're like, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
and that's just how the way you can do it. I watched The Punisher, One Last Kill, the little short. I'm not sure why this thing exists, because it's okay. I mean, I'm not saying don't watch it, but it's pointless. It's like the whole idea is to get him from where he's broken down Frank, like he is in Daredevil Born Again, to regular Frank back for the beginning of Spider-Man Brand New Day. It could have been done in 5 minutes of the movie. We didn't need a 50-minute special, but let's spend some money, kill some people, and have John Bernthal be a badass. I guess that was the point in that short. But I was like, yeah, I'll give it a watch. That one, you'll enjoy it as a Punisher fan if you haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I'll definitely need to watch it. Is that the one where he? I think I saw a clip of it where he's like beating a bunch of dudes with like a pipe or something.
Oh yeah, he uses all kinds of weapons. I mean, it's worth a watch. I mean, if you enjoy the Raid films, honestly, it's like a short version of the Punisher in the Raid movie. Honestly, that's what it is. And I'll say that without spoiler. That's kind of what it is. Like if the Punisher was in a Raid film. Pretty cool. It's 45 minutes instead of 2 hours. But yeah, I don't know. I just felt like watching it. I gave it a watch, and it was fun. But it didn't need to exist. So I watched something. This is crazy, man. Every now that you discover something that you didn't know existed, right? We've all done that as far as a comic or a movie or something. And there's a comic, a lot of Ghibli references there. There's a comic Ghibli did called Gen 13 back for Image. And,
that was him?
Yeah, Ghibli did Gen 13.
I thought he did. Okay.
No, yeah, he did. He did Gen 13.
Michael Thompson was.
Or maybe it was J. Scott Campbell did the book, but Ghibli was a editor on it. That's what it was.
Oh, right. Okay.
So there was a movie made. I did not know this, an animated film, and it never saw release because it was made by Buena Vista, which is Disney under their that label because it's. I'll explain why it's under that label in a minute. And then all of a sudden, Ghibli's selling Wildstorm to DC, and so Disney's like, "Oh, we can't release something that we don't own anymore." So it got released overseas, but never in America. But lo and behold, YouTube. So I watched it, and actually, it's done by Kevin Altieri, who did some Batman the Animated Series. So it has definitely to feel like that. It's not great, but it's pretty good. It's definitely a setup for what would have been a show. It's risque, because there's a part where Caitlyn's when her gen factor sets in and her clothes pop off of her, and they do the thing where it's like there's no nipples, it's just plain boobs, and but so it's a bit risque in a couple of scenes, and that's why it was done under Buena Vista, because it was more Disney's more adult brand. It's basically takes the first few issues of the book and just adapts it. And I watched it on YouTube. I was like, this is kind of cool. I never knew it existed. Something I discovered. And kind of a neat find, I thought,
Mm-hmm.
And,
are they just super spies? Because I didn't really understand.
Well, it's kind of like they through genetic testing, they have a gen factor that means that they have a potential to have powers. So they test them to do in the lab to try to bring out their gen factor.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually when the gen factor hits, their powers kick in. So it's kind of definitely borrows a bit from, X-Men or other books, things like that. But, a lot of those 90s image books were like that. They're just kind of borrowed ideas from other things, and they would draw the girls in skimpy outfits and huge tits and, sell the comics. That's what Image Comics did in the late 90s.
Yeah. Lady
but,
Death.
But they weren't always badly written. That's just how they sold the books. It was a different time. Kind of like the Attitude Era in wrestling, just a different time. Bra and panties matches, but yeah, so I don't know. I had fun though discovering that and then watching it. And I came across it of all things of like a YouTube short that said, "Did you know the Gen 13 movie existed?" I was like, "Wait, what?" And so I did a little YouTube search, and there it was. Watched it and I enjoyed it. So, yeah, so I watched a couple things this week.
Matt, you go first. Next.
Yeah. So I don't have too much. Basically, He-Man Masters of the Universe came out and on Prime, and I decided to check it out again for a second.
I'm going to watch it again, but I feel like since I just saw it, I want to give it a little break before I watch it again. Yeah.
And it's still fun. It's still fun to watch second time around. Kids watched it a couple more times. They really liked it. I'm
one and done personally.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I always like at least doing it one more time.
We all like doing it one more time, bro.
No sloppy seconds for me.
No sloppy seconds. And then played a lot of Helldivers. I did. I got some of my best accuracy. I switched from using my Deadeye to the Hyena, just to test something else out, and I got like 90.1% accuracy, the most kills, and I think most times reinforcing in most stratagems on my team on the last bout that I had. So I've been doing pretty good with it.
Have you gotten any war bonds?
Oh yeah. I've been doing. Okay. Well, the last one I did,
which are kind of like their battle pass system.
Yeah, I think the last one that I did was Exo Experts, whichever one had the cremator. There's one that had the cremator. So basically, the freaking flamethrower on steroids, where you can just because we're doing a lot of Terminid missions for the previous the previous major order, and it's like that thing just turns them to. Just melts them, dude. It's you hit them with it a little bit and it does so much more damage. Now it's cyborgs again, but it's I like the automatons. It's challenging, but I've gotten way better at it versus like whenever I first started playing. I was just getting eaten up because I was like, oh crap, they shoot back. And then other than that, I think we rewatched a couple other films, nothing major. I tried to watch The Truman, but I fell asleep. It was late. Didn't get a whole lot of sleep.
What did you try to watch?
Truman, The Truman Show.
Oh, yeah, that movie probably put you to sleep.
Yeah, it'll do that.
I didn't watch maybe but 20 minutes of it and just.
You seen it before?
No, it would have been a first time watch.
Yeah, it's okay. Right. You don't feel you missed anything.
I was one and done on that film too.
I almost
watched it.
Oh, I almost got Mando Grogu. I almost bought it, but I was like, man, it's going to be out in September, so I think I'm
I
just
thought it was
gonna
coming
wait.
out this month.
Well,
It's out. You can buy it.
you can buy
Oh.
it, but like Disney Plus is September.
You want to buy it, Matt, so I can watch it.
I know, right? I may do it. I may cry. I'm like, I looked at it like a couple times and I almost did it. And I was like, no, maybe I should wait. And then I hadn't watched Wilderpeople yet. So it's like, and I watched it today. So I was like, okay, I definitely don't have time for both. So I need to watch it today. But yeah, man, that's really it, man.
Bill Long's videos back. He's through Whack It Off.
There we go.
Yeah.
Good. My turn now. Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead, Matt. You can go whack off now and turn off your video. Yeah, I spent the week. I built my Lego Soundwave finally. It's pretty
nice,
pretty big set. So,
Nice.
and I kind of rearranged my display back there to put Metroplex up there with Triptychon. You could see behind me. I rewatched Shin Godzilla. I had the 4K version. I do have the original Blu-ray Funimation release of Shin Godzilla.
See, I have that one.
Yeah, and I was just curious what differences there were with the new dub that Toho released for this one, and it's definitely a lot more realistic dubbing compared to the Funimation's anime style dubbing. Voice acting. So yeah, from the English actors.
Oh, so the English dub. Okay.
Yeah, the English dub is significantly more realistic.
Okay.
And they definitely did their best to lip sync to the English words with the Japanese lip movement, which is kind of cool. Let's see. Started playing some Godzilla Battle Line on the mobile phone. Got addicted to it really bad. So yeah, and went to Barnes and Noble today, and I got this omnibus for Godzilla Rollers of the Earth for like $13.
nice.
It's like the entire 25 issues.
It's
Not a very
price.
big book, so
That's still a good price for an omnibus.
yeah. $13, so hopefully we'll read that soon after I finish reading the other Godzilla comics I have on the backlog. And I decided to try a new hobby, the Godzilla card game. So I'm going to give that a try. So I've been watching some videos on how to play it and stuff. So yay, a new addiction to support. And what else? Play a couple of Switch games. Nothing too significant. Just killing time and burning money. And I've spent enough money this month. Golly.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah. And yeah, that's it for me. Pretty cut and dry. But yeah, I'll probably. Oh, I did buy a new 4K release of Godzilla vs. Biollante, mainly
Nice.
because the Blu-ray, the original Blu-ray I had was the HBO dub that they've been using since 1990. So yeah, and the sound quality of it was pretty rough.
I think my digital copy's 4K. That's on Fandango.
Yeah, that's the new transfer that's on the disc. So I wanted my own physical copy of it, and I also got the Gamera Heisei the modern Gamera films 1 to 3, and Gamera the Brave on 4K disc. I mean, I have a PS5. Might as well take advantage of the 4K, disc reading. So
yeah, still don't have a 4K player, but that's okay because I bought the digital PS5.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought you had the disc reading one.
No, I bought the digital one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I had the money for at the time. So I was like, it's all good.
Well, you bought it before the memory crisis, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It was like the PS5 that you have now is like $650, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if I really wanted a 4K player, you get a 4K player now for like $99. You know,
Yeah.
so, but no biggie. I don't mind buying them digitally. All right, well, let's get into today's featured film, man. As
You
had
can
a
use
lot
your
to cover.
PS5 to do StreamYard, by the way, if it has an internet browser.
No, really.
Yeah. I just thought of that just now.
Yeah, but I don't have the camera though.
Oh, you don't need no damn camera.
Yeah.
Your voice is fine.
All right, let's get today's featured film, man. A movie that first time watch for Matt. We chose to do this because we just lost the great Sam Neill, who stars in this movie, and directed by Taika Waititi, who's a director that usually I don't really care for his work. I did like Thor Ragnarok, did not really like Love and Thunder, but I do like this movie. I think this is a really well done film, and I wish he would make more movies like this that aren't so bizarre and weird. But yeah, that's a whole other thing. But it is The Hunt for the Wilderpeople. Anybody want to give a summary?
No, you do it. You picked it. I
I don't want to, damn it. We'll let Matt summarize this since he watched it today. I watched it like Monday.
Let's test him.
Yeah,
Him falling asleep all the time.
Wow, that's only after. But anywho, so Ricky Baker, he's a little bit of a troubled kid. It's the fat kid from Deadpool. He looks like he's going from home to home. He's New Zealand.
He's a gangster.
He's a gangster, dude. Fucking straight up gangster.
Straight up G.
He's hard. Straight up G. And so they move him to this home out in the hillside. They live in the country. This woman and Sam Neill, who's kind of like a grumpy old dude in the film, doesn't seem like he really cares for him at first. And so, you know, at first he tries to run away, but, you know, the family unit grows on him. And the mother passes away suddenly, and the state wants to take him back into custody because everything has to be reviewed now that the mother is gone. So instead of waiting to get taken into custody, he goes out into the wilderness, and he links up with Grant's character, Dr. Grant's character, Sam Neill. He's not Dr. Grant, but you know what I mean. And he's like, hey, you know, you got to come back. So they get into a fight. Sam Neill twists his ankle. He can't bring him back. And so the state thinks that they just ran off together and Sam Neill like abducted the kid. So now it's a manhunt for them out in the wilderness.
Uncle Hec is his name.
Uncle Hec. Yeah. Hec. Uncle Hec. And so Hec teaches him how to survive out there, how to hunt. You know, they have a big old slug that they eat. It's fucking gross. They run into hunters. The hunters recognize them. That's when they find out there's a bounty on their head, and they've got to run from everybody. And then at the end, it ends up with them getting caught. But he ends up with a little family that thought he was like really cool because he becomes famous. And he eats some sausages and he falls asleep. I thought that was like a hilarious thing. He's like, yeah, I had some sausages and then I fell asleep. And they just keep wanting to feed him sausages. I'm like, what is this? Like the Czech Republic, you know, is Poland. But yeah, man. And then at the end, they link up again, and you know, spoiler alert, Sam Neill's character does care for him, and you know, does really become a fatherly kind of figure to him. And you know, it's a surprising kind of like, you know it's coming, but you know, it's an unorthodox, relationship that
unorthodox coming of age feel good movie.
Yes. Very unorthodox, very weird. I thought it was like in the UK at first because of the accents. I was like, is this like Britain or something? And then
New Zealand in the first 5 minutes of the movie, bro.
Yeah.
And somebody's phone's going off. But yeah, man. So first time watch, did you like it?
I liked it. It's a very feel good movie. It's a feel good movie. Sure. Even though it says it's a comedy, I'd say it's very cutesy. Very cutesy dramedy. With the comedy. Yeah, dramedy.
I feel that Taika Waititi's best movie is Jojo Rabbit.
Oh, Jojo Rabbit.
Mm-hmm. It's a very good movie, and um, there's some scenes in there that make you understand what it's like to live, you know, and under that regime. But yeah, Hunt for the Wilder People. It's a lot of sarcasm, very dry humor, which I like. Um, and it's one of those movies where I had fun rewatching this film because there were some jokes I didn't pick up the first time, and then I caught it the second time. You know, it's just one of those films. Like the more like times you watch it, the humor you catch on the second go around.
Right.
You know, it kind of gives me that vibe. But then it's New Zealand humor too, so it's kind of a cultural um, taste. You know, so it'll fly over my head regardless because I don't live that experience that New Zealanders would get that kind of humor more. So, um, but yeah, although I did not like how the ending of it, where Sam Neill's character ended up in prison,
Yeah.
I didn't like that at all.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't like it.
yeah, it's like it just. It's
Well,
like, why would he say that? You know, it's like I don't get it. So, but that's just me. But other than that, you know, I still like What We Do in Shadows a lot better. So, yeah. Uh, but but yeah, it's a good coming of age story. Personally, you know, it's all right. I give it like a B minus.
I also though feel like is Ricky. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that indicates that Ricky's telling the story, but it is
Yeah,
his story, and he loves movies and all that. Being a gangster, that like some of this is in his head, you know,
maybe. Yeah,
like, and that's why he sells him out the eggs. He wants to be a gangster and all that, but it's
yeah,
really just this is Ricky's adventure, you know.
yeah,
And I wonder if that's like just because it's so over the top. Why would they send all these police officers just for a kid and his manhunt, just for a runaway? It's a
Yeah.
little wild, you know. So that's what makes you think like, yeah, is Ricky making all this up in his mind, telling us this story? Because like, you know, they'll send a few police officers, but they're not going to send half the New Zealand police force and army after this kid.
maybe
You know?
because they thought that that Sam Neill's character was, you know, perverted, and they
Right.
wanted to get it to him.
Yeah, that's the theory. And then the
Yeah.
CPS agent, she's like over the top.
I'm the Terminator,
Yeah.
and you're more like Sarah Connor.
I thought that was funny.
Ricky didn't understand the reference
You're-
because he'd never
you're
seen
like-
the movie.
You're like Sarah Connor before she started from the first Terminator, before she started doing all those pull-ups.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
Jackie
thought-
just looked at me.
I did think it was funny that when I rewatched, I forgot it had the Terminator jokes in it right after we just did Terminator 2. That was pretty funny. No, I like this movie too quite a bit. It's a feel-good movie. I think Sam Neill's great in it. So is the kid that plays Ricky. Because in Deadpool, I wanted to slap him. I found him annoying, but in this movie, I don't want to slap him.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of funny you mentioned that because in Godzilla and Kong versus Kong movie, he's in that film too.
That's
And
right.
he was the sane one, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
He's in the first
coming
one,
along.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Going with Millie Bobby Brown
Yeah.
and Brian Tyree Hill's character.
That's right.
He was the sane one in that one, which is funny. So,
Yeah.
oh, and you know, we know Sam Neill passed away. Rest in peace, Sam Neill. But also another Godzilla actor passed away too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Kaylee Huddle. So sad to
Mhm.
see her go.
Yeah. 18, much too young. Yeah, Sam Neill's in Godzilla Supernova coming up next
Yeah.
year. So
Yeah,
it'd be
one
good
of
to
his
see
last
him
films.
on
Yeah.
screen. I think I read it will be his last released film. Yeah,
Oh,
so
really?
I think the other movie he did comes out before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think I read that, so that's pretty cool. But no, Sam's great in this movie. And as far as Taika Waititi goes, like like I don't like what I know you like more the dry humor than I do. Long like what we do in the shadows, I don't like at all, man. I can't. It just I don't know. I don't find it funny. I'm watching. I'm like, it's like that Community type humor that they throw these jokes at you. You're supposed to laugh. I'm just like, what is this crap? This is stupid. This movie, I think, is a little more accessible to general audiences.
Well, your taste in humor is very super selective. So
We know
you
this, but But
Very
I like
selective.
I don't want to say selective, just
Super selective.
I just don't like certain stupid things. But
You don't like clever humor, and you don't like Tropic Thunder. So that's two extremes of comedy. You know, clever dry humor versus overt, over the top humor. You know,
well, we like what we like. I mean, you struggle with the nostalgic films that we do. Sometimes you're like, I don't get the big deal. So we all have our thing.
yeah, like Ice Pirates. Who gives a fuck about Ice Pirates?
Ice
I
Pirate.
don't think I've ever watched that.
Oh yeah,
Me
And,
neither.
yeah, I don't think I've ever watched that one. I know what it is. I've just never watched it. But The Hunt for the Wilderpeople is a good, fun movie, I think. And Sam Neill's fantastic in it. This get any kind of Oscar nominations when it came out?
it had some critical praise, but I'm not sure about Oscar.
Because
But I know Jojo Rabbit was a contender for Best Picture, though.
yeah,
I think that should be added to the watch list too, because it strikes a very good dramedy line. So, but yeah, one of his best films.
mostly like independent awards and stuff. No Oscars.
Yeah,
But it did win some stuff. Like it was a Saturn Award nominee, and so it did win some stuff.
I do want to see Shark and Eagle. That's hard to find. That's one of his early films. I heard that was pretty good.
Like Taika Waititi's interesting one to me. Like when I watch him in interviews, he's really bizarre and weird, but then he's also kind of nerdy like everyone else. So he kind of seems cool. Like he blew my mind with his ideas for his Akira film. I think it would have been fucking incredible. It never got made. Like he knew what it was going to take to make an Akira film.
Yeah.
And it sounded like a fantastic idea. He said, we're not going to do this all in one movie. I told the studio it's got to be a trilogy. We're going to do this. And he had it all mapped out. It sounded great. But then I think that's kind of COVID happened and all that. And it just never came
Love
to
and
fruition.
Thunder probably derailed it too.
Probably a bit too as well.
Yeah. Because, Hollywood, they'll find any excuse not to greenlight a risky project. You know?
And, he did some episodes of Mandalorian that were pretty decent. And he was going to make his own Star Wars film. And in recent interviews, he says the Star Wars movie's not dead. He's just waiting for Lucasfilm to say, let's do it. So we'll see if that happens or not. Be interesting. But yeah, man, The Hunt for the Wilderpeople. It's on Prime if you've never seen it. It's a fun watch. It's you just want to sit down for a couple hours and watch a good feel-good movie. Enjoy it. I know we didn't spend as much time on the feature film today as we normally do, but there was just so much news to cover with San Diego Comic-Con.
A lot.
So there's a lot going on, and there still might be some more news to cover next week as things trickle out over the next Sunday of Comic-Con. And sometimes things hit Monday and Tuesday after the con's over. People wait to release things.
So basically, the news from San Diego was the Terminator and turned us into Sarah Connors. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
I'm trying to figure it out because I expect that from Matt, but
it turned our feature into Sarah Connor.
That's right. But
the first one.
Next week, though, we will, since we talked a lot of the MCU today, we will go to the MCU. Spider-Man Brand New Day comes out in theaters next week. So we are going to discuss where Tom Holland's adventure began. Well, it did begin. It began in Civil War. We're going to start with his first solo film and talk Spider-Man Homecoming next week on the show as we get ready for his new film in theaters, which I plan on hopefully seeing Saturday morning before SummerSlam Saturday. That's my plan. Matt will be vacationing, so he's going to have to watch it when he gets back in town, sucker.
Yeah.
No. I'm on vacation the week after SummerSlam. So
we get 2 straight weeks of breaks?
No.
Oh, okay.
We're recording next week, remember?
Oh, right, yeah.
The next week we're recording on Friday the 7th because my birthday's the 8th.
Yeah.
So no more breaks long.
Oh,
we're back to full scale steam ahead.
That's right.
Right into Halloween Horrors Month here in about 8 weeks. Your favorite month of the year.
Our favorite month of the year, where actually technically it's a Matt month because
It's a
he
Matt
gets
month.
to watch me and Mark suffer.
I'm working. I have some
His-
ideas. I have some ideas for the movies. It's tough with Halloween horrors because you don't want to plan it too soon and then the stuff's not available to stream. So we'll see. But yeah, it's coming up. So thank you all for listening as always. The rebelradiopodcast.com for all your Rebel Radio needs. And until next week, this has been Mark.
This has been Matt.
This is Long, the Sarah Connor.
Until next time, remember as always, just go there and do it.